Hello children, today we will learn about the heating effect of electric current. So this is part 12 in series and it is heating effect of electric current, and with this we will also learn something about Joule's law of heating. Both are interrelated, so we will study about heating effect of electric current and Joule's law of heating. Suppose this is an electric circuit. This is battery with volt V. So a current will pass. When the switch is on, current will pass. Suppose this is a bulb. This current will go to the bulb. It will have a filament, goes through this and come back like this. When the current is passing through this bulb, so we have noticed in our day-to-day life that after certain time, if this bulb is glowing for a time period, then after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, if we touch this bulb, we can feel that it is heat up or it has some temperature, it has some warmth. So this bulb is heat up. Why it is heating up? Due to the passing of this current. Likewise, if instead of bulb we have a fan, suppose a fan is joined to this circuit. When plug is on, the current is passing and the blades of the fan, they keep on rotating and it is giving air. After some time, if we touch the motor of the fan, then also we can experience the heat. That is, the motor of the fan, it also gets heat up. So why these electrical appliances, they are heating up? When current is passing, it is a phenomena known as heating effect of current. When current passes through electrical gadgets, a part of the current, it is used for useful work like rotating of the blades of fan or glowing the bulb, or in other appliances other useful work is done. But a part of the current, it is used, it is the electrical energy which is coming from the battery, it is transformed, some of the energy, it is transformed into heat. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So the electrical energy, how this electrical energy is produced? By the chemical energy of the battery. First, the chemical energy changed to electrical energy, and now some part of this electrical energy, it is changed to heat energy in the appliances. So if you want to know how this heat is produced, why this heat is produced, suppose this is a conductor. Suppose this is a copper wire. So current is going like this. The conventional current is going from this positive end, but actually the electrons, they are moving from this side. From this side the electrons are moving and they are entering this conductor. In conductor, so many atoms are present. Atoms of the metals are present, and also these free electrons are present. So many free electrons are present. That's why this metal conduct electricity. So these electrons which are coming from this side, they enter the resistor and they hit the electrons, the free electrons which are present inside the resistor or conductor. There is collision and hitting of these electrons with one another, and they collide with the atoms also which are present, and with one another also. So by this collision and hitting, the work is done, and this work is the heat energy. It is converted into heat which is dissipated by this conductor or resistor. So in this way, heat is produced by flowing of electric current in the conductors. In this case, we have seen some electrical appliances are being used. Suppose instead of electrical appliances, only a resistor is used, pure resistor is used, then this circuit is known as pure resistor circuit. Only no work is to be done, no useful work is to be done. This current which is going through this resistor, it will convert, most of the electrical energy will be converted to heat energy. Suppose PD of the battery is V, current flowing is R, I, resistance of the resistor is R, time T for which this electricity is, current is going in this circuit, and suppose by this current produces heat H. H heat is produced in this circuit if I current travels through resistor R for time T, the heat which is produced suppose is R. Then there is an equation known as Joule's law of heating. This equation is given by Joule. H is for heat energy. It is equal to I square R T. That is, this heat energy, it is equal to square of current multiplied by resistance of the resistor, and the current is flowing for the time T. So this equation is known as Joule's law of heating. H is equal to I square R T. We can derive this equation. So now you can write down the derivation of this equation. How we can derive this? All of us know that V is equal to W by Q. This is potential difference, work done and charge. So W will be equal to VQ. By this equation, W or work done, it will be equal to VQ. Now we also know that I is equal to Q by T. So Q will be equal to, Q is the charge, it will be equal to I into T. We can replace this Q by this IT. So now W will be equal to V into I into T. Is it clear to all of you? Suppose this is equation 1, it is equation 2. So this Q from equation 2, it is replaced as IT in this first equation. Now we have the equation W is equal to VIT. Suppose this is equation 3. Now here we know by Ohm's law that V is equal to IR. This is Ohm's law. PD is equal to current into resistance. So now this, if we replace this V by RI, so this is replaced by IR, then I and then T. So now this W is equal to IR, IT, or both these I's together. So I square RT. W is equal to I square RT. But we want H in place of W. W, what is W? W is work done. This energy and W, they are one and the same thing. Both have the same SI unit, Joule. When this much work is done, then this much heat energy will be produced. So we will replace this W, work done, by this heat energy, or we can say heat is produced in this resistor is equal to I square RT. So this is Joule's law of heating, and this is the derivation of this equation I square RT. What does it mean, Joule's law? That the heat produced in a resistor R is equal to the square of current which is flowing in the circuit for the time t seconds. So this is Joule's law. And what it is showing, what it implies, there are few points you have to remember. What is Joule's law? Joule's law says that H, or the heat produced, is directly proportional to current flowing, square of current flowing in the circuit for a particular resistance, for a given resistance. What is this? H is directly proportional to I square in the given circuit for a specific or a resistance of the resistor given. This is one. Second is H is directly proportional to resistance of the circuit for a given current. Here we will say for a given resistance R, H is proportional to R for a given current. Then H is proportional to T. It means for the time for which the current is flowing. So these three things are implied by this Joule's law of heating. Here we can say if current is high, then heat will be high. Heat energy will be more if more current is there. Suppose the current is 2, then it will be 4 because it is in square. If resistance is high, then also heat given is high. If time is more, then also heat given is more, because all are directly proportional to I, R and T. So if we join all these parameters, then H will be equal to I square RT, a very important equation, and it tells us we can calculate heat energy released or dissipated or consumed by an electric circuit with current I, resistor R and time T. So this is about Joule's law. Now this is known as heating effect because it produces heat. Now in different gadgets we don't want our fan to be heated, we don't want other gadgets to be heated up because their components may be spoiled by more temperature and more heat. But this heating effect is inevitable. But there are some electrical gadgets where this heating effect is used as a useful tool. What are these gadgets? They are electric toaster, electric oven, geyser, electric iron. All these are based on heating effect of current, because this current, it supplies heat so much and that heat is used for different useful purposes. So now we will learn 1-2 tools which are used as a useful tool for heating effect. One is bulb. The bulb, the old time bulb, suppose this is the bulb, and all of you know this bulb has a filament. This filament is made up of tungsten, a metal, tungsten, and some inert gas like helium is filled in it is made up of glass, and this inert gas, helium or some other gas, is filled in this bulb. So what happened when electric current passed through this bulb? What happened? This current goes into this filament. This filament has very high resistance. So due to the high resistance, this filament opposes the entry of the current, oppose the traveling of the current, flowing of the current, and it gets heat up. It becomes hot and the color is white hot, and it is so heat up around 2000 degrees Celsius, and a part of this heat it changes to light, and we have glowing bulb and can get light from this bulb. And this is the heating effect of electric current. This tungsten has some qualities, as it is high resistance, one thing. Second, it is flexible. It can be molded into a fine filament. Third is, it is not oxidized when it is put in inert gas, or it is not burnt. So this tungsten is useful for making these bulbs. Now the next gadget, very important gadget based on heating effect of current, is fuse wire or fuse. So this fuse is used to break the electric circuit in our household circuit. If the circuit is broken, then the current will not pass after the fuse, and all the gadgets, they are saved if high current comes in the circuit, in the line. How high current comes? If some short circuit is there, or some overloading is there, or some fluctuation in the line is there, then high current can come into the circuit, and this high current can spoil all the gadgets. So if fuse is there in the circuit, it is used in series in the circuit, it is fixed in the series. So before current going to the appliances, the fuse is broken and electricity cannot pass, the path is broken. So what is this fuse? It is like this. It is a cartridge of glass cartridge. It is glass cartridge. These are two caps, metal caps, and in between these metal caps a thin fuse wire is there, and this wire is made up of copper plated with tin, the metal tin, and sometimes lead can also be mixed to make the fuse wire. So this copper, it is plated with tin. Why? By mixing this tin or lead, its melting point, it becomes very low. Its melting point is around 200 degrees Celsius. So a very low melting point is there, and the resistance of this fuse wire is appropriate. It is not very high, not very low. It is more than the copper wire of the circuit. Suppose this fuse is attached here in series. This is the copper wire of the circuit. So the resistance of this fuse wire is more than the resistance of copper wire, but not very much. When more current comes in the fuse, that wire melts and it is broken. This wire melts, because when more current passes, due to the heating effect of current, heat is produced, temperature of this fuse, it gets more, and due to more temperature, this fuse wire melts. When it melts, the circuit, it is broken, the current cannot go ahead of this fuse. So in this way, these fuses are used, and in our domestic circuit, the fuse of different ratings are there, 5 ampere, 115 ampere, and they are used as per our need. Suppose one gadget, it use 5 ampere current. So fuse some less than this, around 0.45 is placed before that gadget, and if the current more than 0.45 will come, it will melt and it cannot reach to this gadget. So it will be saved. In heavy gadgets, we use 50 ampere currents, which use heavy currents. So this is how this fuse is there, which is based on this heating effect of electric current. So now we will do one or two numericals based on heating effect of electric current. One, you can write down question numerical: 100 joule of heat are produced. 100 joules of heat are produced each second. Each second in a 4 ohm resistor. In a 4 ohm resistor. Find potential difference across resistor. So first we will write what is given. Given is heat. Heat is given, it is 100 joule. Time is given, it is 1 second. Resistance is given, it is 4 ohm. We have to find V. So first of all, for finding V, we have to use formula V is equal to I into R. But we don't know what is I. So by these three things, we can calculate I. I will be equal to, we know, first we write the equation, Joule's law of heating, H is equal to I square RT. From this equation we can say I square will be equal to H upon RT, or H is 100, R is 4 and T is 1. So 25 ampere is I square. So I will be under root 25 or it will be 5 ampere. So we got value of I, which is 5 ampere. Now we have to calculate potential difference. Potential difference is V is equal to I into R. So V will be equal to 5 into R is 4. 20 volt will be the potential difference. So this is how this numerical is solved. One more we can do. So this, the second numerical is an electric iron of resistance 20 ohm takes a current of 5 ampere. Calculate heat developed in 30 seconds. So very simple, direct formula we will apply. H is equal to I square RT. H is, we have to calculate H. I is 5 ampere. 5 into 5, 25 into resistance is 20 and seconds are 30. So it will be 25 into 20 into 30. It will be 50. 500 into 3. 1500 joules. So is it correct? 500. So 1500 joule heat energy will be produced by this electric iron of 20 ohm resistance when 5 ampere current passes through it for 30 seconds. So this is how we calculate different numericals based on this equation, which is heating effect of electric current, and this is Joule's law of heating. This is all for today. You can do more numericals from your textbooks and from other reference books like Together With. You do all the numericals based on power, energy and this heating effect. This is all for today. Thank you.